Well, the Arab League summit has wrapped up in the Jordanian capital of Amman. Leaders on Wednesday reaffirmed their commitment to a two-state solution to Israel and Palestine. They called for a new round of peace talks based on that. There has been growing concern over U.S. President Donald Trump's approach to the Middle East peace process after he said he's open to a one-state solution. Now, several other issues have also been discussed at the summit, and that includes, of course, the Syrian crisis. Let's bring you an update on that summit. I'm joined live now from Cairo by Adel Al-Marouchi. Adel, just tell us about the highlights coming out of the Arab League summit and whether or not this summit is being considered a success.
Well, Arabs always consider their meetings a success, and it's a clear statement, common sort of a routine in their final resolution to say that the summit was a success. They've agreed on numerous topics. Many of them are the regular, their stance about the Palestinian crisis and a two-state solution with 1976 borders as the only way for Arabs to give Israel or provide unprecedented peace with Israel. That's a quote from the resolution. They have stressed on Syria and Libya and the necessity to unify the country, along with urging all international players to stop interfering in the internal affairs of these conflicts. But what is out of the norm, what are not usual topics is, first of all, the stress for all countries in the world not to move their foreign diplomatic missions to Israel in Jerusalem, considering this as a violation of international law that stressed, and UN resolutions that stressed on the necessity not to expand and to leave Jerusalem as a disputed area through which everyone wants to have it as a capital. Arabs wanted the East Jerusalem to be the capital of the state of Palestine, while Israel wants to keep and maintain control over the entire Old City or the entire Jerusalem area. So that's one thing that is not or has not been usually part of previous Arab summits.
And Adel, let's take a look at the role that the Russian delegation played at this summit. I mean, how will its role at the summit likely affect relations with the United States?
Well, basically, there are always some reservations from the pro-United States countries, mainly in the Gulf in particular, where they always have reservations of the presence of Russian delegations. A few years back, when the Arab Summit was held here in Egypt, and Egyptian President El-Sisi has given the room for a letter from President Putin, it was severely criticized by the late and former foreign minister of Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. So there are always reservations from the pro-United States Arab states here against what or the presence or the activity of the Russian delegation in the summit. But again, there is sort of an approach that is maybe rising with Egypt and other countries in the region, trying to give out a new balance in the Arab international politics, and that's by mainly pushing in Russia a little bit to create a balance in the US dominance over the region.
All right, thanks very much for that update, Adel Al-Marouchi, joining us there from Cairo.